So Bournemouth 0, Arsenal 3. 3 straight victories, Kenny Ken, at the start of the season for the first time since 2004, 2005. Martin Odegaard with a brace inside 11 minutes. We've been calling out for him to score more goals. He stepped up. He obviously watches the shows. And it could have been 33-0 today. William Saliba, after the own goal, which was a little bit unfortunate, the spin took it in last week, scored an absolute worldie. Jesus buzzing around, looked amazing again today. And another unbelievable performance. We're currently sat 3 wins out of 3. We're top of the table. And we're looking real good, Kenny. Real good. What did you make of that today, mate?
You know what? It's one of those things where beforehand you look at the fixture list, you say, yeah, we're going to win here, and win there. You have to work hard. And we worked hard. The front 3 are completely and utterly unplayable at times. And you're right. We've been very critical of Mason Odegaard not getting in the box, and also special mention, let's go to Ben White, because we've always been criticising him as well for not getting on that overlap. But, you know, he took advantage, and he was instrumental definitely for Odegaard's second goal because he overlaps Saka. But, you know, Jesus is so unplayable. I'm surprised he didn't score because he did everything but score. And his little partnership with Martinelli, they just had this little understanding. I think, obviously, it's hard work. Obviously, you know, it's one of the things they speak, you know, obviously the language they speak, football-wise, is just brilliant. And most important, and it's not just the fact that they speak Portuguese as well. It's just that, you know, they get it. You can tell, you know, 2 street players understand. You just know where each other is. You know, Gabriel Jesus caused that absolute havoc, but, you know, ran through the defence. And you know what? He was strong for that goal. You know, held a defender. And then Martinelli has a shot, and before you know it, Bob's your uncle. You know, Odegaard gets his goal, and the second goal again. It's
something we've asked
him place like Tony over
in the box.
Exactly. So I'm just really excited about, you know, the performance, and I'm not counting my chickens. The reason I'm not counting my chickens is because it's going to be a long, you know, league, and this is the hardest league for Arsenal. That we're at, and you know, teams are going to be showing us a lot of respect. They're going to be scared of us, but they're going to be finding ways to, you know, try and work us out. So we just have to have a plan B. But, you know, inclusion, you know, to my point, as long as we got Thomas Partey in that midfield, I always feel secure. He really, really, really holds things together. Sometimes it's just his presence. He's such a presence in that midfield.
Oh, I totally agree, mate. And listen, every single player to a man today was superb. And the one thing we've always criticised and wanted to see is a unity collectively, not just 3 or 4 players playing well and then it's the others let them down. We want to see everyone. We want to see. And the thing I'll say, I said this on the watch along, we just want to see a title challenge, Kenny, yeah? Like, we know we're not as good as Manchester City or Liverpool. We know that. But we can outspend them. We've proven that for 3 years straight, 4 years with Liverpool, by the way. We just want to see a title challenge. So far, so good. We're at top of the table, so we're not moaning. Yeah, but it's only 3 games. But we've taken it from the pre-season where we've shown we can score goals. If you look at the goal that Jesus had ruled offside, we actually pressed the ball high up the pitch, caught them. We said, like Liverpool do, we suffocated them. And I heard Jurgen Klopp speak before, and he said, if you keep them high up the pitch and you win the ball back, you're in trouble. They're in trouble because now you've got runners everywhere and they're outnumbered. Yeah, and that's what we did today. I thought that was a lot better performance than we put in against Palace. I don't think it was as good as the Leicester performance. And the reason I say that is because Leicester are a better team. Yeah, and I know we kept a clean sheet before anyone starts crying, but Leicester are a better team than Bournemouth. They were very naive. They were very naive today, but I felt that every single thing that they tried and attempted today, it was almost just like swatting a fly away. Yeah, and I'll tell you something now. William Saliba is going to be the best signing of the summer, even though we signed him 3 summers ago. Yeah, he is unbelievable.
You know what? There's an absolute point to that because, you know, you know, there's a elephant in the room regarding his contract. You know, he's got a 2-year contract. You know, we don't know whether he's going to extend it. And I think it's an element. It's basically a circle of trust between two parties. The club trust him enough because you know you've got Tommy Asu itching to come back to the side. He plays at right back. Benjamin White is there at the moment. Benjamin White was bought for 50 million. The club trust him in Salah enough to keep Ben White on the sidelines. He's, you know, napping at his heels. And then it's Salah as well. You know, he may want to have Champions League football. One thing he definitely wants to do is be in Deschamps' squad for France. So, again, it's an element of trust. But, you know, one of the things that talk a lot more than actually letting managers know you're unhappy or letting fans know you're happy. His performances today, can't argue with it. He's making it very, very easy. You know, it doesn't matter whether these players are average or not good players. The fact is that he's doing everything his manager's asking for. He's making our defence secure. He's bringing the ball out. And, you know, he's going up and being a nuisance in set pieces. That's what you expect from a defender. So there's no problem so far. Don't get me wrong. He's a kid. There's going to be difficult patches. There always is. You know, we've spoke about loads of our players. You know, Maguire was called the best for his size spread. I know it hasn't worked out for him. I'm not comparing to Maguire. What I'm saying is with young players, you know, there's, you know, troughs and everything. Not always going to look $1 million. But, you know, he's learnt his trade reluctantly elsewhere. But today he looked solid. The defence looks solid.
100%. He's going to have bigger and better opponents come up against him than what he's faced in the first 3 games. But so far, so good. And like we've only seen the highlights and the clips of him in France. And yes, there's Neymar and Mbappe. That's only at one football club. Yeah, we're not talking about the other 18 clubs other than his and PSG. He's now up against top opposition every week, which can only make him better as a footballer. He wants to be on the plane. He wants to go to the World Cup. And I think you can see that with Jesus as well, by the way, and Martinelli. I think you see that with every player, if I'm honest. Every single player for the first 3 games, I'd say I wouldn't mark any of them under a 6. Yeah, and that's being critical of Gabriel at centre-back. I thought he was great today, by the way. A lot better than the first 2 games. I thought Saka was still a little bit quiet today, but there was little instances in that game where I thought, wow, like, again, really good and helping out defensively, getting forward. It's his intelligence. He's such a cute footballer with his intelligence. Yeah, that like I know that when Jesus got flagged for offside, it was actually Saka's boot that I was looking at because it came up orange and the other guy was in green. But it was, again, like he could have scored today, Saka. He's been involved in the game. But I want to ask you about Martin Odegaard. We're very critical of Martin Odegaard. And I know a lot of people go, oh, why you slag him off all the time? Why are you always on him? Blah, blah, blah. For us, we've seen Bergkamp, we've seen Merson, Limpar. We've seen some top players at this club. And maybe we shouldn't hold these players to that standard. But when you've been spoiled over the years with greatness, you get a player that's lauded up as greatness and it don't really happen. But today it happened, didn't it? What did you make of him? Forget the goals. Yeah, his goal, he was on the spot for 1. The second one, he levered that so hard. Didn't know he could hit a ball so hard. But other than that, what did you make of his game?
You know what? He makes things look easy. When he's on his game, you know, we play better football. You know, there's a definite understanding between him and the forwards, especially, you know, Saka. And, you know, there's potentially an understanding between himself and Jesus. But the most important thing is that when you're a creative player, one of the things that, you know, you have is that not everyone has that ability to unlock defences. No one has that ability to, you know, naturally footballing ability where they can, you know, score goals, pick up a pass, you know, basically be the hub of the team. And, you know, players like Martin Odegaard, whether they like it or not, we demand a lot of them. Because what's happening is that back in the day, players like Martin Odegaard probably didn't get a game. And if they got a game, they would have been kicked off the pitch and seen as luxury players. So when you have players of that ability and that ability to unlock defences, you're going to demand a lot from them because sometimes against tight defenders, you need these players. You know, not just a bit of a pass, but to score a goal here and then. You know, he's got ability. So just like I held Mesut Ozil to high standards, I'm going to hold him to it because if he plays to the best of his ability, we'll be a lot better as a team, winning matches. Just like you forwards, they're match winners. You demand a lot from them because if they play well, we win a lot of games. We win trophies. We challenge for legs. You know, it's a big boy football, and he's at Arsenal, and he has to meet the mark. Today's been fantastic. In fact, it's games like this where we should be beating teams, where he should be doing his stuff, because you know, it's goal difference and everything, and it gives him a lot of confidence to do it in the bigger games.
100%. And to be fair to him, the one thing I will say is he did score against Man United last season. He scored against, was it Everton? I think he scored against Tottenham. Was it Tottenham he scored against?
No, he had the shot save when we were 3-0 down. But yes, he has features like, you know.
But this is the thing, the goals that he has actually scored for Arsenal, it's where he's arriving in the box and he's not admired his passes.
Watford away, that goal. That goal, Watford away, beautiful play. And that's the thing. You know, players like him all over the world, you demand from them. You know, a lot of people demand a lot from our English players. A lot of people demand a lot from Greece, demand a lot from Sterling, because they know if they're at it, you win football matches. And then, you know, it's hard. It may be hard on them, but you know what? I'm not gonna, you know, like I said, take the, you know, like the whip away from him, because at the end of the day, once we whip him, he plays better, just like Ben White.
100%. Let's quickly touch on him before we wrap this up. What did you make of his performance? He got subbed in the end. He was involved in one of the goals. Yeah, I thought he was superb today. First minute of the game, there was a ball that went up. He completely missed the header, and I'm like, oh my days, here we go again. The guy can't win a header. After that, I thought he was flawless, mate. I can't lie.
Again, you know, one thing is that he understands that there's a competition for his place alongside Gabriel, and he understands, you know what if I want to play for a big club, I have to be able to play wherever the manager needs me, and play well in that position. And he has. Remember, we bought the guy because we thought that he could play that position right back. We thought he could play definitely in a back three as a centre half. We thought he could play in the middle as well, in the middle of the park. So it's one of those things where, you know, competition places now. There's a lot of good players who are not going to get games, not going to get starts.
Yeah, right.
Exactly. And that's why Benjamin White's well have to play.
We're going to wrap this up. Big up to everyone who's watched. Smash the likes up. We're going to do player ratings shortly. We're going to try and get all this wrapped up before the AJ fight, because I know Kenny wants to watch it and everyone else as well across the globe. So yeah, I need to be super efficient. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Check out Kenny Ken's Insta, Kenny Ken 1972. We're out of here. Still Arteta out, by the way.